Base bid amount is $1,647,000, 1647000. Next we have from Washington Kelly Inc., located 1700 East Main Street, Griffith, Indiana. Base bid amount is $1,882,322.20. 1882322.20. And last we have from Reef and Riley Construction Company, 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Base bid amount is $1,477,000, 1477000. Okay, and that's it. So we'll take the bid, review them with Nice Engineering, and come back the next Board Works meeting with a recommendation.
Okay, the next meeting? Okay. Okay, next we have bid opening and awarding for 2020 demolition of unsafe structures. This is from the building department. The building department has these bids?
Yes, and he's not here.
Okay, since they're not here, we're going to move along. Next on the agenda is a recent agreement of Interstate Environmental Services and issued to Safe Environmental Corporation. I think last year we awarded to Interstate. And the reason they want to rescind is because one of the owners of Interstate Environmental Services passed away. The surviving partner decided to close the company and sold their equipment. Therefore, the owner has no intention of completing the work at 4833 35 Alexander. So there, the board, they're asking us to rescind our previous motion awarding it to Interstate and to award it to the next one, which was Safe Environmental Corporation, for $2,350 lump sum and $1,200 per day. Are there any questions or comments on the rescinding the environmental services agreement that we approved last, and about any questions on Safe Environmental Corporation?
No.
Okay, then entertain the motion first to rescind our awarding to Interstate Environmental Services for 4833 to 4835 Alexander, which we awarded last meeting. So entertain a motion to rescind that award.
So move.
Second.
Roll call?
Bill Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, secondly, I intend a motion to award, because Interstate Environmental is no longer able to proceed, awarding to the next bid, which was Safe Environmental Corporation, for $2,350 lump sum and $1,200 per day for the 4833, 4835 Alexander project.
So move.
Second.
Roll call?
Bill Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, nobody from building yet? Okay. We'll move on to Block Stadium, Phase 5. We have a letter from Keith Selby, Director of Public Works, who's overseeing this project. He's asking, can you please see, we will be rejecting all Block Stadium Phase 5 bids to the next Board of Works meeting agenda. They came in over budget. we will be, he says, we'll be value engineering, I think revalue engineering the bid and reissuing back out the next few weeks. So apparently he's asking us to reject all the outstanding phase 5 bids. Are there any questions or comments on his request?
So we'll just make we gotta make a motion on
Yes?
it? Okay. And no question.
Okay. Now, if there are no further comments or questions, I entertain a motion to reject our previously recommended block stadium phase 5 bids.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Do we have something that I can sign on that?
No.
No, okay. Okay, next we'll move on to Zanstra Greenhouse. This is a quote. It's from Public Works also. This is a quote for the large hanging baskets for 2021. It's for 184 large hanging baskets, $104 each, for a total of $19,136. We have the sole proprietor, he is a sole proprietor form submitted by Q Stelvey, the director. They've been doing this project for several years now for the city. So this, I guess, this is the ongoing project with these hanging baskets. Are there any comments or questions on this proposal?
No.
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve Zanstra Greenhouse's quote for large hanging baskets for a total amount of $19,136.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, it was, oh, I thought I just saw the building in.
No, he stepped up.
Okay. We're going to move on to outstanding invoices. First one we have is from Cintas from Public Works. We have two late invoices from 4/30/20, 1/10/20, for a total of $559.75. The reason from Public Works was Cynthia's bill was delivered to the wrong address, wrong department. The invoice was never sent to Public Works. I think we see a lot of this reason like that. Are there any questions or comments on this late invoice?
No.
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve payment of the two Cintas for their late invoice, the Public Works, in the amount of $559.75.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Next we have also from Cintas, the late invoice, this time for the police department. We have a late invoice dated 4/8/20, the amount of $426.66. The reason was the custodian who signed police supplies and not forward the invoice to Service Division for payment. Public Works forwarded the notice for the outstanding invoice September 11th, 2020. So they're recommending we pay for the above-mentioned reason. Any further questions or comments on this late invoice from Cintas to the police department?
No.
No.
If there are no further questions or comments, or entertain a motion to approve Cintas late invoice for our PD in the amount of $400.66.
So moved.
Second.
Next, we have late invoice also from the police department for post technology.
Yeah, roll call.
Oh, roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have late invoice for also police department from post technology, dated 6/11/20, the amount of $177.59. The reason for the police department, please excuse this late invoice due to an oversight. Invoice was not paid for in a timely manner. Bill was on hand for payment. Okay, so they admitted they made an error. Any questions or comments on this late invoice?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve the late invoice payment for late invoice to Post Technology for $177.59.
So So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Ralph Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yeah.
Rita Guzman.
Yes.
Okay. James? Are you ready to proceed on yours?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, we're going to go back up to bid opening and awarding for 2020 demolition of unsafe structures.
First one I'm opening is for Acton.
Then you gotta state their address too.
Huh?
You gotta state their
State your
address.
address, please.
Oh, sorry, Acton Incorporated, 1102 East Columbus Drive, East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. Just wanted to advise that we had them to combine the addresses. For example, 47, 15, and 17 Alexander are combined so that they're able to demolish both properties together. So for 47, 15 through 17 Alexander, it's $67,550. For 48, 33 through 35 Alexander, $73,764. For 48, 58 Alexander, it's $34,155. 47, 13, and 15 Mccook is $54,362. For 4807 Mccook is $19,800. 4749 Melville is, wow, 93,600.
93?
Yeah, seems a little off on that.
Is that two buildings, this front and rear?
I think so. Let me see.
Still quite a bit.
For 5007-09 Melville is 21,975. For the total amount of all the group, $365,206.
This was Acton?
This was Acton.
Okay.
The next one is DNR Site Services. Look, 620 East 10th Place, Gary, Indiana, 46402. For 47, 15, 17 Alexander, it's $41,827.19. 48, 33 through 35 Alexander, $51,922.60. 48, 58 Alexander, $33,981.60. 47, 13 through 15 Mccook is $43,420. 4807 Mccook is $19,990. 4749 Mel is $39,000. And 500709 Melville, 17,000 for the total amount for all groups, $247,141.39.
Did you say for 4749 mil, and that was how much?
39,000.
39? Okay.
Last one is JM Industrial, located at 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana, 46327. $47.15 Alexander, $47.17 Alexander. I should have read, they're two separate addresses, so I should have read them all separate. It's $37,511 for both properties. 4833 Alexander, 4835 Alexander is $51,550. 4858 Alexander is $18,130. 4713 Mccook and 4715 Mccook is $22,722. 4807 Mccook is $9,330. 4749 Mel is $28,842. And 50709 Melville is $10,724 for a total amount of $178,809. For this one, if I could take a look at these, and then,
I was about to say, you wanted to look at them and award them tonight?
no, I could probably award them to the next one. Yeah.
But if you have time, do you want to come back at the end of the meeting, or no?
I can.
It's up to you. We just,
Well, I could award them in the next one.
Okay.
So
so next meeting then.
Yep, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, Jamie.
Okay.
So you'll come over and make sure all the paperwork is proper and everything. Okay, next item on our agenda, we'll go back where we left off.
And were you able to do the one for the interstate environmental services that did?
Yes, we didn't wait for you on that one.
Okay, thank you so much.
Next, we have Resolution 2020-26, Teamsters Local Union. This is a resolution terminating and directing notice of termination of collective bargaining agreement with Teamsters Local Union number 142. Whereas the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Chicago and Teamsters Local Union 142 approved and signed by the board on January 11, 2017 contains the following provision. Article 22, contract duration. This agreement shall become effective on the first day of January 2017, upon its execution by the parties, and shall continue in full force and effect until December 31st, 2020, and will continue in full force and effect thereafter unless notice is given in writing by either party at least 60 days prior to December 31st of any year thereafter, and thereafter is agreed upon by the parties. And whereas the city acting through the Board of Public Works wishes to terminate the collective bargaining agreement as of December 31st, 2020, and to give notice of its intention to terminate such agreement. Now therefore be it resolved that the collective bargaining agreement with the Teamsters Local Union number 142 approved and signed by the board on January 11, 2017, be and is now terminated effective December 31st, 2020, and a copy of this resolution be delivered to the appropriate officer, agent, or representative of Teamsters Local Union 142 at the earliest opportunity. Certified and adopted by the Board of Public Works of the City of Chicago, Lake County, Indiana, on this 23rd day of September 2020. Anything you wish to add?
That this is, if we didn't do this notice, then the existing contract would continue on as written. So this is a formalities first step, and then
Okay.
we negotiate a new contract.
Are there any questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2020-26, a resolution terminating, directing notice of termination of the collective bargaining agreement with the Teamsters Local Union 142.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay. Next we go to Resolution 2020-27. This is a Caesar Perez agreement. Resolution of Chicago Board of Public Works regarding the January 2020 agreement between Caesar Perez and the City of Chicago. Whereas the city entered an agreement with Caesar Perez on or about the 8th day of January 2020 for contractual services. Whereas the agreement for contractual services is based on the proposed dated November 27, 2019 for services described as fleet coordinator, with a stated objective as follows. First and foremost, the priority would be to compile a list of vehicles by each department and check their title, proper registration, and plates. Which contain the description of services, including matching plates of vehicles, VIN numbers, services related to trailers, assisting departments with new vehicle equipment purchase, specifications of compliance, service related to vehicular accidents, completing recalls, assisting the marina in removal and disposal of unclaimed boats, and organizing title searches for vehicles. Whereas the City of Chicago is no longer in need of services of an outside firm for such tasks, as the listed functions are currently being performed by city staff. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Public Works of the City of Chicago that the agreement entitled Caesar Perez Contractual Service dated November 27, 2019, and approved by the Board of Public Works on the 8th of January 2020, a copy of which is here to attach, is hereby terminated. Certified and adopted by the Board of Public Works in the City of Chicago, Lake County, Indiana, on this 23rd day of September 2020. Any questions or comments?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion approving Resolution 2020-27, resolution of the Chicago Board of Public Works regarding the January 2020 agreement between Caesar Perez and the City of Chicago.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we come Franciscan Working Well 2020 Wellness Offering. I can speak on this. HR Director was unable to attend our meeting. This is a project that's been going on, I think, for 3 years now. I believe that people that participate, they get a discount on their insurance. It's a wellness program. And it's the one we actually acquired. We've been using it for the past 3 years. It's Wellness Panel 1. It's a bronze package. We would fall under the 100 and 200 participants, which would be at $51. And the reason it's only 101 and 200 because police and fire are not included. I believe, I don't know if the Teamsters were, but it's mostly civil workers. Are there any questions or comments?
No.
There be no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve Franciscan's Working Well wellness package for the City of Chicago, wellness panel, bronze package, at, I believe, $51 per participant.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
And I might add, the mayor already signed it, so we better pass this. Now, we'll move on to, we have, donation from the fire department. Fire chief was unable to attend the meeting, but he did submit the letter and documents for this. Dear board members, this summer the Chicago Fire Department has performed a number of community service initiatives in direct response to the global pandemic that has forced many of our routine celebrations of lifetime occasions to be canceled or severely restricted. Specifically, we have responded to our community's request for drive-by parades to commemorate birthdays and graduations as much as possible. These events often last fewer than 15 minutes, but make a lifetime of memories for those East Chicago residents involved. In appreciation of one of these events, a thankful parent wrote a letter expressing her gratitude and included a personal check as a donation to the fire department. I called the family to thank them and advised them that the donation wasn't necessary, but they insisted we accept. I am asking the board to accept this donation to the Chicago Fire Department. We would like to have the donation placed in our account for the purpose of purchasing training equipment. And accompanying documentation is the check from, can I give the name on it here?
It'd be nice, I think, to acknowledge you, unless they didn't ask to be acknowledged, did they?
No, there's nothing in documentation. This is from Elaine Kessel? Kessel. And the check for an amount of $300, and it was for their, I guess they gave praise for her daughter. She included a card thanking the fire department, and also included with the card was a picture of the fireman and her daughter. Are there any questions or comments on this donation?
No, this is really nice.
Yeah. And for the record, at a previous meeting, there was a death of a fireman, and his family gave the donations to the fire department, and we approved it at the meeting. So there's an account that they have now for donations. So are there any other questions or comments?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I'm taking a motion to approve the donation to the East Chicago Fire Department from the Kissel family? Kissel family.
Elaine was on the school board for a number of years and back 80s and 90s.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have interlocal agreement for the Trinity program. It's a local agreement between the City of Chicago, acting towards the Board of Public Works and the School City of East Chicago. This agreement is the same agreement we passed last year, I believe, identically.
Yeah, just the dates are up there.
Okay, and basically, I don't know if I should read the whole thing, or,
We could just describe the program, maybe. You want me to summarize?
if you could, you're probably, that's at the
This-
meeting.
Okay, it's an interlocal agreement between the city, the school city of East Chicago, but the program also involves a donation by the Foundation of Chicago. Basically, East Chicago had a high truancy rate, so beginning of last year's school year, so the 2019-2020 school year, we started this intergovernmental agreement where the city provides donations, we manage the paperwork and the administration of the program, basically, and we provide two Chicago police officers to the schools to monitor attendance and then follow with families who have kids that are chronically truant. So this resolution authorizes the funding, and the Controller's Office basically is the fiscal agent and handles the funding for the program. So that's the short version.
And city's contribution is $75,000, school says $25,000. Just for record, what's not mentioned here, there's also another entity, the foundation, which gives another $75,000 to this program. So, I have one question. Number 4, Carla, as I read, is this open door for us to give it to the school system? Where it says here, city controller to satisfy city's obligation of making a lump sum payment to the 75,000 to the school city in the event the school city assumes responsibility of accounting for the money paid for the program. So I guess if they have to assume.
The door is open if all parties agree to do that, and that was a hurdle last year, we couldn't quite get over.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? There being no further questions or comments, or entertain a motion to approve the interlocal agreement between the city of East Chicago acting through its board of public works and school city of East Chicago for their, what's their official names to this program, this, working here.
Court program.
Pardon me?
Truancy court program.
Truancy what?
Truancy court program.
Truancy court program?
It's been called a number of things. That's one term that was in some documents. The full name would be Second Chance Truancy Prevention Program. So it's got a few.
Okay, so, a motion to approve,
So moved.
Second.
roll call?
Del Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen,
Yes.
Lena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll move on to Hassie Construction. Emergency repair at 4301 Annapolis Boulevard. This is from engineering.
A repair is needed on the outside lane heading northbound on Indianapolis Boulevard, near the address of 4301 Indianapolis. That there was a washout underneath the road, causing a hazard to any vehicular traffic. The amount needed to conduct this repair was $5,000, I'm sorry, $1,001.87. And this was to conduct a sewer repair and stone up the grade and move and demoving traffic control.
My only question, I noticed that Hassie Sanitary Chicago Sanitary District, is this supposed to be with our board or sanitary board?
This is supposed to be with our board.
So we're assuming the expense for this
Yeah,
particular item?
we would, I'll have to dip in and change that to our address.
Okay, are there any further questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, roll call? Oh, I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Del Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen,
Yes.
Lena Guzman.
Yes.
Now we'll move on to site services Parish Avenue resurfacing project. We have the notice to award, the agreement, and the notice to proceed.
This is following after our bid opening last week. They came in as the lowest and most responsible bidder in the amount of $53,421. And again, this is to resurface Parish from Broadway, Michigan.
Okay, so site services incorporated.
Yes.
Okay, so are there any questions or comments on the notice of award, the agreement, and the notice to proceed for site services in the amount of $53,287.45?
Mm.
No.
There be no further questions or comments, or entertain a motion to approve the notice of award to Site Services Incorporated, the agreement, the company agreement for Site Services Agreement for the Parish Avenue resurfacing, and the notice to proceed to Site Services for the Parish Avenue resurfacing project.
Do you want to do it as one motion or three separate ones?
Can we do it as one?
I think you should,
Separate? Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, let's start off with entertain a motion for notice of award.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next, entertain a motion for approving the agreement with site services for Parrish Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have notice to proceed for site services for the Parrish Avenue resurfacing project.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes?
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, next we move on to Runway Applications. We have Board of Public Works permit applications 20-03629 through 20-03655. Are there any questions or comments on these Board of Public Works permit applications?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve Board of Public Works permit applications 20-03629 through 20-03655.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, that concludes our new business for tonight. I believe we have no other business. Our next regular meeting will be Wednesday, October 14th, 2020, at 4:30 p.m. So that concludes our regular agenda. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez,
Yes.
William Allen,
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
You have Board of Safety? Back there?
Carl, well, with our right-of-way applications, something that I was thinking about doing was maybe tweaking it or adding some language to inform everybody who applies for it that, we're not part of 811 and we would have to be.
Okay, I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Safety, September 23rd, 2020. We will follow the agenda we have in front of us, starting when we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. All stand, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. We'll have the roll call
Milton Reed,
here.
Richard Chemzinski,
Here.
Thomas Davis.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes September 9th, 2020?
I make the motion. And second.
It's been moved and probably second. Are there any questions?
I have none.
Now we'll take a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let me ask, am I clear to everyone? I can take my mask off. Can everyone hear me pretty good? Okay, I'm trying to over enunciate, so. Okay, there's no correspondence before us. We will call for a motion to adopt Resolution 20-23, 5625 Northcott, and release of lien.
I so move.
I second.
It's been moved and probably second. Any questions?
None.
If no questions, we'll take a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We will now take Resolution 2020-24, 612 East Columbus Drive, and release of lien. Is there a motion?
I make the motion.
I second.
Any questions on the motion?
Have none.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2020-25, 400 East Columbus Drive, and release of lien. Is there a motion?
So move.
I second.
Moved and properly second. Are there any questions on the motion?
None.
Having none, we'll take a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We will now turn the meeting over to the building department for its recommendations.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening to the board. Kevin Smith on behalf of the building commissioner, Mr. Portalatin, who's also present here this evening. We do have a list of properties, and Mr. President, if it would be the board's indulgence, we'd like to call the folks up that are here. I do have for you the, if I could approach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, so This month, we made it a little more user-friendly. We're learning as we go along, and we've tabbed it. You can see a table of contents there on the left side.
Okay.
And then that corresponds to the tab, the number tab there. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier.
That is very helpful.
We are learning. The first matter in which an owner is here, a person with a substantial property interest, would be 501 West 144th Street. It's tab 1 in your book. Mr. Arietta is here, so he can approach. Just to set the record for the board, Mr. Arietta is here. He's the owner. He lives in Cicero, Illinois. The photos show a 2-story brick building with glass block over the door. Second floor windows appear to be open to the elements, as do some side windows. Graffiti and boarded up doors on the side. The garage also appears to be in poor condition with a hole in the side of the garage. And Mr. Portalatin has indicated that the brickwork on the property is in significant deterioration and is a danger to anyone on the sidewalk. Mr. Arietta has pulled permits twice, however, those permits have expired without substantial work being done on the property. Mr. Portalatin has indicated, and I'm sure he will indicate, that he would like the order entered and would only entertain any rehab of the property with a rehab agreement and potentially a bond in place. So you have the photos, that's the status of the property. James, did I cover everything? I did. So Mr. Arietta, you can address the board if you'd like. The city's position is to request that the order be entered.
Yes, sir. Can you please state your name?
Hello, my name is Antonio Arratia, and I'm the owner of the property. I just want to let you know that I'm a bricklayer and I'm ready to start working on the property. And I would like to have an opportunity to fix it. I'm moving into the property with my family. And the only reason I haven't taken action to it is because my equipment was set up in a different job now. It's the end of the season now, and I think I'm ready to start working on the property. Like I say, I've been doing bricklayer for 30 years, and I have the experience to fix the damaged part of the brick part, and I'm ready to start working on the property if you let me allow to do it.
Okay, well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for your comments. The clock is going to start moving. Please keep in touch with the building commissioner as far as your progress.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Very much.
All right, the next property in which a owner is here is number 4, 4737 Mccook Avenue. Mr. Edgerton is present. I believe he's spoken to Mr. Portalatin. Mr. Edgerton, you want to come on up? Yep, come on up. Mr. Edgerton lives in South Holland. He's the owner of the property. I did receive a call from him. He indicated that he wanted to rehab the exterior of the property, and he's already getting supplies to work on the outside. The photos, as you can see, show a 2-story brick structure on the bottom, or two-story structure, brick on the bottom, siding on the top. The south side of the structure shows siding missing on the second floor with exposed brick on the first floor. The garage appears to be boarded up with roof damage on one side. I believe Mr. Portalatin has spoken with Mr. Edgerton, and they are going to schedule an inspection. So we would request the order be entered with a status date of, James, October or November?
November.
Okay, November. You'll have a Wednesday meeting in November. I think that might be the day before Thanksgiving, but I just want to make sure.
Can we bump this up to the first meeting in November versus the last?
I think we could probably do that.
Okay, so let's just make sure we have that.
Yeah, why don't we just check now, because it may be a week, that might be off a week.
That'd be the 11th of November.
Okay, so let's set statuses for the 11th of November instead of the 25th. Right? So we'll set it for the status on the 11th.
Right, that 25th is normally a tough week, yeah, so. James, is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
So we'll set that over for, Mr. Edgerton, did you want to address the board? Okay, you heard what I said about the property? All right, and you're in agreement that you're going to have an inspection with Mr. Portalatin and do the rehab on the outside?
Yes.
Okay, and you understand that we're entering the order, but it's going to be set for a status for November 11th, for you to come back and you can report the progress.
Okay.
Okay? All right, I think we're in agreement. Thank you, sir.
Will I get a time on that?
Will we send a letter?
Yes, we
We'll
do.
send a letter to you. It's the same time, starts at 5 o'clock, but you can come, the meeting starts at 5:30. But of course, you can come a little early, you can always meet and discuss the project. Thank you, sir.
It's a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, and you know what, I'm actually, if you can hold on one second, I think we're gonna have to change that. November 11th is Veterans Day.
Oh,
And the city is closed on Veterans Day, I'm pretty sure. So we can either have it the November 4th or the 18th, James, based on your preference.
There's only gonna be one meeting that month.
Correct.
Are we bumping into other,
I would say the 18th would make more sense if you're only gonna have one, that's a week before Thanksgiving, and it's a little time period after the,
And then we'll have to confirm that the room is available. I don't think anyone else meets on a Wednesday that I know of. I don't think so.
confirm that with Vivian
I could go
tomorrow.
downstairs and see if.
Okay, but right now, let's just pencil in the 18th and then we'll confirm.
and then what we'll do, if anybody here, we'll make sure that the letter you get from my office will have the correct date on it.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll pencil in the 18th then. All right, so the request of the cities to enter the order, set it for status for the 18th of November. The next matter is 4812 Mccook, which is number 5. Mr. Thomas is here. Mr. Thomas is the sole heir. Mr. Thomas, you can come up if you'd like. He's the sole heir of Estella Hurt, who is the owner of the property. Mr. Thomas has indicated that he does have an attorney and they're going to be opening an estate. He's lived in the property, continues to live in the property. He's been there for 55 years. The photos show a one-story structure. The roof appears to be deteriorating. The windows were in bad shape. Gutters are sagging. There's some graffiti on the north side of the structure, a hole on the south side, and the rear of the building's in very poor condition, as is the garage with an open door to the elements. Mr. Thomas has actually began work on the property and has photographs that he showed Mr. Portalatin. I believe he wishes to continue to work on the property. The windows have been repaired. We would request that, James, you want to just set this for status, enter an order?
Yes.
I'm just going to see what Mr. Portalatin.
I think we can set it for status.
Okay.
Okay,
So we'll just request no order entered at this time because Mr. Thomas is living in the property.
No, it's not.
well, wait a minute, no,
He's
no.
not living in the property.
No, not living.
Right now.
Wait a minute, James, I thought you said enter the order. Are you saying enter the order or not? I can't tell with the mask.
He started doing the work, we could enter in status.
Okay, I just didn't hear him. I thought I heard you say something different. Okay,
Okay, so we're just going to set it for status?
That's fine.
Okay, we'll just set it for status for November 18th.
okay.
All right, thank you. Mr. Thomas, do you want to say anything to the board?
No, well, like I say, until I get my proposal from the Ashley Dunlap and RD construction, then we can sit down and start the interior work, but the outside, it's coming along very well.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming out and just try to keep in touch with the building department on your progress
Yes.
as that November dates get closer.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thanks. November 18th. We'll get you a letter, though. The next matter is Miss Allison Watson at number 7, 4844 Mccook. She can come on up. I believe, so the discussion with Miss Watson is that she does live in the home. The garage is what the issue is. As you can see, it's in pretty poor shape. She's indicated that she'd like to take a stab at hopefully rehabbing it. She also has gone, we both explained to her that what we would request tonight is to enter the order so that process can keep going. And she's going to get a hold of Mr. Portalatin and let him know whether she believes she's going to rehab it on or before the next status date. So with Ms. Watson, James, do you want to go with October or November for her to determine if she's going to do it herself or get the work done or knock it down?
We should at least get that answer.
Okay. So in this one, we're going to set it for October 28th.
Okay.
So we can hopefully have an answer by then. But we would request that the order be entered. Ms. Watson, did you want to address the board or?
No, I'm just gonna try to fix it. If I can, I will. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well, just like I said, yeah, I'm telling everyone, I want to say this, but just keep in touch and let them know what's going on so you could be a part of the process. Thank you for coming out.
Okay.
Thank you. The next matter is 4855 Mccook Garage only. This is number 9. The Galindos are here. You can come on up if you'd like. They have also met with James and have indicated that they'd like to work on the property. And they also understand, they probably need more time than we usually would give, but that's why we're going to enter the order and kind of keep it on status. Mr. Portalatin has explained to Mr. Galindo what's going to happen here today, and I think we'll set it over for status for that November date if we could, but we would request that the order be entered.
Is this just the garage only? There's a picture of a structure in here that looks like it could use some work.
And so according to Mr. Galindo and his son, that work has already been done.
Okay, it looks like, okay.
Both in the
That looks like a ladder out there then, is what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to say anything to the board? Okay. You understand everything that I said, and you're in agreement with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that'll be, enter the order with a request for that November date, and you'll get a letter in the mail for that November 18th date at the Indianapolis Boulevard address. I'll send it there. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
The next matter is 5019 Melville. Ms. Thomasina Wilson is here. She's the realtor for Trinicia Butler, who is the owner. She lives in Georgia. According to Ms. Wilson, I think, yep, she's still there. She said that I think DNR is doing a proposal for the work on the property. Because she doesn't have an ownership interest, I let her know that, if you don't have an ownership interest, you really can't speak on behalf of the property, but she is the realtor with Keller Williams out in Cherville, and the intention of Ms. Butler, the owner, is to fix up the property. So I explained to her that we would request that the board enter the order, and we'll set it over for that November date for status.
Okay, and boy, this damage looks pretty bad down here. That can be fixed?
According to,
Oh yeah, come on up.
Yeah.
Ms. Wilson is the realtor.
okay, so I spoke with DNR Construction, Ashley Dunlap, and
Sure.
he shared with me, he did take a look at the property. He indicated that he would be able to gain access to get into the property with, speaking with the city, because it is boarded up. And he is getting together a proposal for the work that would need to be done for Ms. Butler.
Okay, but he says this foundation crack, he said they can handle that's repairable?
Yes, he indicated that he could do the work. And
Okay.
he said it is extensive, and he will be, he said right now he is getting a proposal together for the work that needs to be done.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for coming on behalf of your
No
client.
problem.
All
Thank
right.
you. And the correspondence could be sent to her directly.
Okay, in Georgia?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we'll continue.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So the request on 5019 Melville, Mr. President, would be to enter the order and to set it over for that November date.
Okay, sure.
Last but not least, Ms. Bishop is here for 5024 Melville Avenue. This is number 14. As you can see, the structure's in pretty good shape. If you look at the last photo, there is some work to be done in the back. Ms. Bishop has indicated that she has every intention of doing that work, and I believe they're giving a proposal. I don't want to speak for you, so come on up.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So actually, it was our intention to begin rehab this summer, but we were impacted by COVID like everyone else, but it is our intention to update the structure.
Okay. Yeah, this is a, you ride past it, this is a beautiful building.
Thank
You know,
you.
it really is. And I'll show you all the pictures here shortly, but this is, okay, thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
James, you're just going to set this over onto this one, or how do you want to?
I think we can set this one for status and then you could get it done, so.
Okay, so we'll just, on this one, we won't request an order to be entered, it'll just be a status for 11.
And I think it's mostly mainly the rear.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, this will be a good one for status, I think, too. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Mr. President, that concludes the list of properties in which people are present. I haven't seen anyone come in since the beginning of the meeting, so therefore, we would request orders be entered based upon the photos that are presented and the petition by the building commissioner. Given the condition of the property, we do have good service, either through certified mail, posting on the property, or through publication pursuant to the Unsafe Building Act statute for the following, and these would be requests that orders be entered. No one appears. 4109 Magoon, 4729 Mccook Avenue, front and rear. 4828 Mccook, front and garage. 4847 Mccook, front and garage.
Excuse me, did we do 4812 into the record?
That was Mr. Thomas.
Okay, gotcha.
He had the red shirt and hat on.
Yep, okay.
So I don't know if I got to 4847 Mccook. 4847 Mccook, front and garage.
Okay.
4753 Melville, garage only. 4916 Melville. 4948 Melville. And that completes the list. So we would request those orders be entered as presented based upon the condition of the property and the fact that we do have service on those individuals.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
We will entertain a motion to accept the recommendation from the building department. Is there a motion?
I make a motion. And second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions?
I have none.
If there are no questions, we'll take a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. There is no audience here for us participation. The next meeting will be Wednesday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m. If there's nothing else before us, no one, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I so move. I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.